We've had tons of beautiful illustration rares throughout the Scarlet and Violet era. And to cap off the era, we just got an insane amount of them with Black Bolt and White Flare. Now, last week I made a video going over the top 10 most expensive illustration rares up until Black Bolt and White Flare, and we'll talk more about the Black Bolt and White Flare illustration rares in a later video. But today, we're going to talk about 10 undervalued illustration rares, 10 cards that I think you should be looking to pick up right now, cards that I think are criminally undervalued and have seen a lot of popularity but for some reason have not grown in price. Now, before we get into the video, my name is Trevor. I make Pokemon card investing, collecting type content here on YouTube every single week. If you find yourself enjoying this video at any point, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content. All right, first up, these cards are in no real particular order, but I want to start with the Lechonk from Obsidian Flames. Lechonk seems to be a relatively popular Pokemon. A lot of people seem to love it. There are a lot of people that collect the cute cards as well, and this Lechonk is definitely cute. Having a nice little rest after eating a good meal, it looks like here. But this card, you can pick it up for only $5, and honestly, I think this is a no-brainer in anybody's collection at $4.58. We'll just say $5, of course. It did see a spike at one point. It was a $9 card. Again, not going to break the bank. I don't think this will ever be like a $25, $50 card. You look at Obsidian Flames, there aren't that many illustration rares, and you'll see later on this list, there are some better ones. Of course, easy to pull. A lot of them out there. It's not going to cause this card to go up, an extreme amount by any means. But for $5, I don't think you can go wrong, and I really doubt this card will ever be any cheaper. Next up, Twilight Masquerade. We've got the Infernape. Whenever I vend shows, I always have somebody asking about the Infernape. It's a popular card from a popular set. Infernape also being the evolution of Chimchar, being a popular starter Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl. There are a lot of Diamond and Pearl fans out there. And again, really cool artwork. Like, this art goes hard, and it looks like there is possibly some sort of buyout situation going on with this. 223 items sold just this week at about $12. I'm sure this card will be $15 probably by the time I post this video. I'm recording here Wednesday evening. So keep an eye. This might be one, if you have it, it might be one to sell right now because it could go back down. We're not that far removed from Twilight Masquerade. We could have plenty more packs hit the market in the future. So it's one to keep an eye on. If it bumps up in value to like $20, I wouldn't necessarily be picking many of them up. But right now at the price of $12, I think it's a solid card to grab. We've also got the Zeraora from Stellar Crown. Just like Infernape, this is a really cool looking card. There are a lot of Zeraora fans out there. There have been plenty of artworks from the Chilling Reign alternate art, the couple copies in Crown Zenith, and now this beautiful illustration rare. The colors are really sick on this card. It's one I'm always eager to pick up if I see it for a good price. And at $6, I think it's a really good price. I don't really necessarily know if this will get much cheaper. Maybe $5, but I think Zeraora is popular enough that it'll maintain price and eventually be worth quite a bit more. I'm actually giving away a copy of this card in this video. All you have to do is leave a comment letting me know your favorite illustration rare. I'm going to choose a winner on the 28th, so if I pin your comment on Monday, July 28th, you have won this beautiful Zeraora illustration rare. Next up, I'm going with Meryl from Paldea Evolved. You may have heard the news today that apparently there has been a reprint confirmed for Paldea Evolved. We haven't seen product hit stores yet, but it does seem like something that's going to be happening in the coming weeks. As we all know, Paldea Evolved has a ton of illustration rares, so it makes it really difficult to hit that one that you're chasing in particular. Right now going for about $21, but this card was going for almost $40 back at the end of February. I really don't think this card will drop all the way back down to $10. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Paldea Evolved reprint. If there's a ton of it hitting the market, do you think a lot of these illustration rares might tank in value? They very well could, but I do think so many of them are so good, and being difficult to pull, like I just mentioned, I don't really see it impacting the price that drastically. Maybe this card will hit $15, but I think long term it's going to be a great one to pick up. We've got Pikachu from 151. Now, a lot of 151 cards have absolutely tanked in value. There has just been so much of this opened up, so much of this printed, but somehow people still love chasing 151. This card being a Pikachu with a Gengar in the front. It's got a ton of Pokemon on here, ton of OG 151 Pokemon. Gengar, Growlithe, Psyduck. I see a Butterfree, Pidgey, Nidorans, Slowpoke, Jigglypuff. Awesome card, and of course there are a ton of these out there, but for 26 bucks, I think it's definitely worth picking up. Its 1-year high was about $46, so we're down 20 bucks from its 1-year high. I think give this card a couple of years and it's going to be similar to the one from Cosmic Eclipse, which is sitting at about $75 right now. Another card from Obsidian Flames, we've got the Scizor. This card is badass. I've mentioned this in almost every Undervalued illustration rare video I've done. I think this card is amazing. It's one of the best illustration rares. The color looks great. This looks great in a PSA slab if you can grab a nice graded copy. It wouldn't break the bank. It's a relatively cheap card, going for about $9 raw. Just like most cards, we did see it spike up towards the end of February all the way to $16, but has since dropped about 50% in price. With the amount of Obsidian Flames that has been out there, and similar to what I said with the starting card, the Lechonk, there weren't too many illustration rares. Pull rates were really good on this set. There are a ton of Scizors out there, but I do think if you grab a few of these copies, you will not be disappointed. I don't really see this card dropping down to like $5. And again, another card I think everyone should have in their collection. I don't think this card will necessarily jump all the way up to $30 anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it double in price over the next year or two. All right, I've got a few more for you here. We've got Tatsugiri from Twilight Masquerade. Not the coolest card by any means, but a very unique card that seems to grab everyone's attention. Every time I have this card, people talk about it. Again, not very expensive. The PSA 10 is also not very expensive. I do think grabbing PSA 10 illustration rares is a smart move considering the gem rate is so low on a lot of them. But we're not talking about that today. The Tatsugiri, the raw copy of the Tatsugiri is going for about $16. It did see a massive spike at the beginning of March, going for about 35 bucks. So again, this one's down more than 50% from its 1-year high, but still up from its 1-year low of about $8. Next, we've got a card that's been continuously tanking in value. It's the Latios from Surging Sparks. I think this card is going to continue to tank. I feel like right now the price $25 is really solid. I would consider picking one up. Of course, Latios is a very popular Pokemon, but with Surging Sparks being so new, and I'm pretty much certain we're going to see a massive amount of it hit the market at some point, this card could very well go sub $20. If that happens, I'm definitely picking up a few copies of it. It's a beautiful card, and I think long term it's going to be great, especially if you can grab the Mesprit and the Latios to go with it. I should have made this video just talking about Obsidian Flames cards, because I've got another Obsidian Flames card. Actually, the next two cards, the final two cards, are from Obsidian Flames. What do you know? Obsidian Flames illustration rares are undervalued. But you've got the Cleffa. This card is always talked about. People love this card. It's very simple, but it's kind of like the Lechonk. There are a lot of people that collect the cute Pokemon cards, and this is definitely one of those cute Pokemon cards. Just like everything else, it seems, back in February, this card was 30 bucks. Right now, it's about $14. Definitely worth picking up. Like I said, a lot of people mention this card. A lot of people ask me about this when I vend shows. People are always looking for this card. I think it's a very good one. Surprisingly, not one of those cards you see everywhere. I think it's definitely one you should be grabbing, maybe sitting on. I would not be surprised if this ends up going up to like $30 again sometime over the next year or two. But beautiful artwork, and it's still crazy to me that so many of these illustration rares have not been too strong. They've all dropped pretty significantly in value and have seemed to just level out. I would definitely consider making a play on a few of these. Cleffa, definitely one that I think would be easy to sell in the future as well. Now, last card. I bring this up because so many people talk about this card, and I do agree 100%. We've got the Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. In my last video, I asked you guys to let me know some undervalued illustration rares, and I think the majority of you, or at least the Pokemon I saw commented the most, was Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. And this goes outside of YouTube. Even friends in real life do agree and do say that Ninetales is the most undervalued illustration rare right now. This card is absolutely beautiful. I think it is a card that everybody needs in their collection. Right now, it's going for about 16 bucks. Again, it's not one you see all the time. I think it's definitely worth picking up. It has sold in the past for $35, so at 16 bucks, I think it's a safe bet. Again, Obsidian Flames, I got to keep saying it. Obsidian Flames was out there. There's a ton of it out there. It was opened up a lot. It wasn't too difficult to pull these cards, but it seems like the people that have it want to hold on to it. I think if you can grab a few copies of this, you're going to be happy in the future. I would not be surprised if this one spikes up. I think this one has a really strong chance of being a great card in the future. I don't know how soon that'll be with so many new sets coming out and everyone's focus jumping between, prismatic evolutions, Team Rocket's Pokemon, black and white Pokemon, mega evolutions, tag teams, and now mid-era Delta species, vintage. People are focused all over the place in the hobby right now. And I think one place they're definitely not focused in is the illustration rares. I think a lot of these cards are definitely ones you should be picking up if you haven't yet, whether it's for your personal collection or to make a quick buck in the future. And with such a wide variety of art styles within the illustration rares, even if none of these cards on my list are for you, there is definitely an illustration rare out there that is made for you. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for me today. Make sure to leave a comment with your favorite illustration rare down below for your chance to win a Zeraora illustration rare. I'll be choosing that winner on Monday, July 28th, so stay tuned for that. And again, if you found yourself enjoying this video at any point, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be trying to do some more live streams here on YouTube. Definitely more videos coming out as well, so stay tuned for information on all of that. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!